In the unfolding era of maritime dominance, two colossal giants now face off across the world's oceans, each representing not only the military might of their nations, but also the strategic doctrines and technological philosophies that define 21st century naval warfare. On one side stands the Gerald R. Ford-class, the United States' newest and most advanced class of aircraft carriers, an evolution of decades of carrier warfare dominance. On the other, the rising behemoth of the East, China's Type 003 aircraft carrier, officially known as the Fujian-class, a bold leap forward for the People's Liberation Army Navy, symbolizing China's ambitions to challenge the U.S. Navy's supremacy on the high seas. The Gerald R. Ford class, spearheaded by the USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, is the result of years of combat experience, engineering refinement, and relentless investment. Replacing the storied Nimitz class, the Ford represents not a revolution, but a strategic evolution, integrating cutting-edge systems designed to reduce manpower, improve sortie rates, and enable seamless operations for decades to come. It's not just about more aircraft or heavier firepower, it's about doing more with greater efficiency. The Fujian class, meanwhile, marks China's transition from second-tier carrier operations to a world-class blue-water navy. Unlike its predecessors, Liaoning and Shandong, which were based on Soviet designs and relied on ski-jump launch systems, the Fujian is China's first carrier equipped with electromagnetic catapults. In terms of size, design, and systems, it stands as a clean break from the past, an indigenous marvel aimed at narrowing the technological gap with the U.S. Navy. If the Gerald R. Ford is the product of legacy and refinement, the Fujian is a symbol of ambition and rapid ascendancy. Physically, both carriers are imposing. The Ford class displaces approximately 100,000 tons, stretches over 1,092 feet in length, and features a nuclear propulsion system that grants it virtually unlimited range. Its two A-1B nuclear reactors deliver 3 times the electrical power of the Nimitz class, not only enabling more advanced sensors and systems, but also laying the groundwork for future technologies like laser weapons or electromagnetic railguns. The Fujian class is slightly smaller, with an estimated displacement of 80,000 to 85,000 tons and a length of about 1,033 feet. Unlike the Ford, it is conventionally powered using steam turbines, a decision that highlights China's current limitations in naval nuclear propulsion for surface ships, but one that also keeps construction complexity and costs down. The most notable shared feature between these two leviathans is their use of EMALs, electromagnetic aircraft launch systems, replacing the steam catapults of earlier generations. The Ford class pioneered EMALs in operational carriers, enabling smoother, more efficient aircraft launches with reduced maintenance. The Fujian class's adoption of a similar system signifies a tremendous leap in Chinese naval technology. EMALs isn't just about launching planes faster, it also allows for launching lighter or more fragile aircraft, including future drones or electronic warfare platforms, making the carrier air wing more flexible and capable. In terms of aircraft capacity, the Ford class is expected to support over 75 aircraft, including FA-18EF Super Hornets, EA-18G Growlers, E-2D Advanced Hawkeyes, and the upcoming F-35C Lightning II stealth fighters. The Fujian's air wing remains more speculative, but current projections suggest a complement of around 60 to 70 aircraft, including the J-15B, a catapult-capable variant of the existing Chinese carrier fighter, and eventually the next-generation stealth carrier-based FC-31, sometimes referred to as the J-35. Additionally, China is developing carrier-based early warning aircraft, akin to the U.S. E-2D, known as the KJ-600, which is designed to operate from catapult-equipped carriers like the Fujian. If successful, this would give China a major boost in over-the-horizon targeting and battle management. Where the Ford class holds a clear lead is in sortie generation rate. Thanks to its redesigned flight deck layout, more efficient aircraft elevators, and EMALs, the Ford can launch 33% more sorties per day than the Nimitz class, up to 160 in intense operations, and 270 in surge conditions. This rate is unmatched globally. While Fujian's EMALs may provide significant improvements over the ski jump method, there's no clear data on whether it can approach the sortie rate of the Ford. Given China's more limited carrier operational experience, achieving that tempo would be a significant challenge. The defense systems on board also illustrate different strategic priorities. The Ford-class is equipped with a layered defense suite: RIM-116 rolling airframe missiles, RAM, RIM-162 evolved Sea Sparrow missiles, ESSM, Phalanx CIWS, and advanced electronic warfare systems. It's designed to operate deep within carrier strike groups, relying on Aegis-equipped cruisers and destroyers like the Arleigh Burke-class and the upcoming DDG-X for outer layer defense. The ship itself is heavily automated, reducing crew requirements and enhancing survivability through automated damage control and redundant systems. The Fujian is expected to field a similarly layered defense, though details remain scarce. Likely candidates include HQ-10 short-range missiles, HPJ-11 30mm CIWS, and potential integration with China's Type 346 radar systems. However, China's escort doctrine is still maturing. The Fujian would likely operate with modern Type 52D destroyers and the more powerful Type 55 cruisers, providing the carrier group with robust anti-air and anti-missile coverage. Yet, plan escort ships still lack the combat-proven coordination and integration of the U.S. Navy's decades-old carrier strike group doctrine. Another major difference lies in crew size and automation. The Ford-class was built with automation in mind. Its complement is about 2,600 sailors, with an additional 2,500 for the air wing, a reduction of 600 to 900 personnel compared to Nimitz-class carriers, thanks to automated weapons handling, maintenance systems, and advanced sensors. This not only reduces operating costs over the carrier's lifecycle, but also minimizes risks in high-casualty scenarios. The Fujian, on the other hand, is estimated to require a crew of around 2,500 to 2,800, not including air wing personnel. China has been gradually introducing automation, but not to the extent seen on the Ford. Moreover, cultural differences in naval operations may lead to higher reliance on manpower and less delegation of decision-making authority to junior personnel compared to U.S. practices. When we look at the carrier strike group composition, the U.S. Navy has a long-established template. A Gerald R. Ford-class carrier typically sails with a cruiser, several destroyers, a submarine, and supply ships, all networked under the Cooperative Engagement Capability Framework, which allows these vessels to share sensor data and act as a unified combat entity. Aegis ships like the Arleigh Burke-class can provide layered ballistic missile defense, while Virginia-class submarines offer undersea protection and intelligence gathering. The Fujian-class will likely mirror this format, escorted by advanced Chinese warships. The Type 55 cruiser, often called a destroyer by the plan, is in reality more of a cruiser in terms of size and armament, with over 100 vertical launch cells. These can house anti-air, anti-ship, and even anti-submarine missiles. Type 52D destroyers provide multi-role capabilities. The key difference, however, is in network integration. The U.S. Navy has had decades to refine the seamless exchange of targeting and threat data among vessels, aircraft, and satellites. China's Navy is catching up quickly, but full integration across its growing fleet is still a work in progress. Stealth and signature management is another area of interest. The Ford-class incorporates a number of stealthy design features: a cleaner island structure, enclosed weapons elevators, and reduced radar cross-section. This doesn't make the ship invisible, of course, but it complicates enemy targeting. The Fujian also incorporates some radar-reducing features, with a sleeker island and fewer deck clutter. But it remains to be seen how effective these measures are in comparison. Both nations are preparing for future capabilities. The Ford-class was built with future expansion in mind. Its electrical generation capacity far exceeds current needs, with room for directed energy weapons and potentially even railguns in the decades ahead. The U.S. is also exploring drone integration aboard carriers, such as the MQ-25 Stingray for aerial refueling and reconnaissance. These systems promise to extend the reach and persistence of carrier air wings dramatically. China is pursuing similar paths. The Fujian-class may eventually carry unmanned aircraft and drones tailored for surveillance, strike, or electronic warfare. Given the rapid development of Chinese drone technology, as evidenced by the GJ-11 stealth UCAV, it's likely that future Chinese carriers will field increasingly autonomous systems. But again, the limiting factor remains operational experience. While the U.S. Navy has conducted carrier operations for nearly a century, China only began its serious carrier program in the past 15 years. In strategic terms, the Gerald R. Ford-class is a global power projection tool designed to operate across vast oceans, supported by a worldwide network of bases, allies, and logistics. The Ford isn't just a ship, it's a geopolitical statement. It allows the United States to shape events in any theater, from the Western Pacific to the Arabian Gulf. The Fujian-class, while not global in its reach, is the cornerstone of China's ambition to break past the first island chain and eventually assert naval dominance in the Indo-Pacific region. It's not merely about matching the US, it's about securing regional hegemony and protecting growing Chinese interests abroad. Whether operating near Taiwan in the South China Sea or escorting Chinese shipping through contested waters, the Fujian-class signals that China intends to stay. In the end, the Gerald R. Ford-class remains the gold standard, a culmination of experience, technological depth, and strategic clarity. The Fujian-class, on the other hand, is a powerful newcomer, less proven but evolving rapidly, backed by massive national investment and ambition. This contest is not merely about ships or fighters. It's a clash of doctrines, infrastructure, and long-term vision. As the waters of the Pacific grow increasingly crowded with steel and radar signatures, the presence of these two carriers, one a symbol of enduring dominance and the other of emerging challenge, defines the future of naval warfare. What are your thoughts on the Ford-class and Fujian-class aircraft carriers? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to Military World to get our latest videos straight to your notifications.